Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Double Coverage. We hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport and cards. I'm Dom with the great man Source. How you going?
Very good, man. Very good. It's been a big week, big week in the realm of sports. Good to have AFL back on the cards, Doma, and we got served up a great game. Game of the round would obviously have to be Brisbane versus the Bulldogs.
Country mile.
And it's good to have it back. That's all I'll say. So, but nonetheless, it's not without controversy, like there always is with AFL every week to week. But there's always plenty to talk about. We look forward to it. Doma.
Well, obviously, we always start there. I'm good, man. I can't complain. I actually got to watching, how many games did I watch? 1, 2, 2.5, 3, 4. I watched 4 out of the 5 games. Half of a couple.
Yeah, I watched the half of a couple. Had to go do some stuff. But
it's great to have it back, mate. It's so good. And then, of course, had the F1s, and I still got to go back and watch the full replay because I had some stuff going on. But I caught the main stuff, which we'll get to the F1s. We can talk about it too, considering we were there as well. So not on the race day, but on the Friday. So, all right, Source, let's get into it. AFL, ladies and gents, when we're back, what happens? It kicks off the show every week, unless something trumps it by a big news story in the sporting world or the card world. Jason, welcome to the show. Oh, by the way, I'm just going to give a shout out to Jason. His little Mahomey PC's coming along very nicely, Saucy. That's all I'm going to say.
I see.
He's coming along nicely. He's expensive taste. He's gone for a guy that's, let's just say he could have picked, I don't know, KZ Okpala, but he's picked Patrick Mahomes. So
I've got a good KZ Okpala collection.
Yeah, that's why
they're good for his coasters now.
That's what I said. All right, let's get to game one, Source, and it kicked off with the Swans and the Blues. Do we call them the Blues or the Poos? Because
I knew that first half was just all bluff. Sydney couldn't put a clean string of possession together, and when they did, third quarter, banged in 12 goals, absolutely demolished them.
75 points, in a quarter, Source. They kicked 12 goals, 3.
Ridiculous. But just the Blues' inability to stem the flow and turn the tide back the other way, just wrestle back momentum. It's what the better sides can do. And look, Blues. What did I give them? Under 8.5 wins on the season, Dom. Look, they'll win some games against guys, the teams that are at that.
You gave them over.
Them. Oh, did I? Oh,
I gave them under.
I think I might have to lean the under with you, Dom.
Oh, no, sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one. No, I'm looking at Collingwood. Sorry. No, you went under. I went over. Like
there
11.
We go. Told you. Oh, well, I'm confident on the under with the Blues. Anyway, there's still a long way to go. It's for round one, but the capitulation in the third quarter, it just shows that they're far from
it just went downhill from there for Blues fans as well, because they stunk it up, and then Dan Gorringe goes and releases that voicemail of Sam Doherty talking shit about the Blues and pretty much giving insight into the inner sanctum of the club. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going for that football club. So there's just been an absolute shitstorm at the Blues, and once again we get to this point, round one this week. They play the Tigers. Last year they were up by 40 points, and they ended up losing. So imagine they go 0-2, Source, to start the year.
There's no guarantee to beat the Tigers.
We love to see it, because we'd love to see Blue Broad watch them go off, because they think it's their season, and they had the Brownlow medalist, Norm Smith medalist, All-Australian rising star Jagger Smith. He's a premiership captain, according to Blues fans, and he hasn't done anything yet. And you played pretty well, but it's got no help. Where are the goals coming from? The goal kicker was on the opposition's team. Yeah, well, their
Pitnet's not kicking 3 every week.
their goal kicker was wearing number 35 for the red and white. So they're in a bit of trouble, the Blues. Anyway, well done to Sydney. Like you said, Sauce. Once they got their composure, they look like the top four side that we said last week that they would be. That's for sure. And getting onto the Friday game, another team that we said would be a top four team was the Gold Coast Suns. And we can talk about how well they played as a team, they were phenomenal. But it started off with Bailey Humphrey, but then Sauce, the track.
What did we say? Recruit of the year, lock.
The track.
After round one.
He's gone. I was in a miserable poo of a place called the Melbourne Demons, and he's got a new lease on life. And wow, that's all I'm saying. Absolute wow.
If he's going to give you 25 to 28, 2+ goals every game, you take that every day.
Oh, mate. And they don't even have Matty Rowell in the team yet.
Yep.
And he's just come in and just put on an absolute clinic. Anyway, watch this space.
Looks
Gold
good.
Coast fans.
Gold Coast Suns.
Pretty happy.
Yeah.
We said top four. The Cats, on the other hand, old and slow they looked. Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Couldn't move the ball. Just a blistering pace.
I would still side with them and back them to turn it around. They struggled a bit. But yeah, look, it is tough to say having the two guys that they had out, Cameron and Dangerfield's obviously going to hurt you. But you should put up a bit more of a fight than that. You'd think.
100%. Next game on Saturday, we had the Giants versus the Hawks, and this was the surprising one. I think the Giants had all the outs, and they found a way to win, to beat Hawthorn. Funnily enough, I was watching bits and pieces of this game Source, and when you kick 19 goals 8, you're going to be hard to beat. They kicked very straight, very accurate. They were good. They made the most of their opportunities. You think about it, they missed 3 goals there, and all of a sudden they beat the Hawks by 2 goals, and it's a bit of a different story. The Hawks, sluggish start. You can't have the sluggish starts, but it is opening round, so you can understand it. Obviously, a bit of a fallout from that game was, of course, I don't know if you've seen it today, which I'm going to assume you didn't because I mentioned something before we went on air, and you're like, what are you talking about? But Dylan Moore and Connor McDonald, Dylan Moore fronted the media today about him getting arrested in the US 4 months ago. And that's why he got his vice captaincy stripped at the Hawks, and he was explaining what happened. And I'll tell you what, it's pretty bloody funny. He actually, on the news, he said he got intoxicated and he got on a scissor lift, and he was riding up and down a scissor lift, and the cops told him to get off, and he got off, and then they arrested him and put him in jail. So we think it's funny because we're guys. It's pretty dumb, but it's very funny. So he got arrested in the States. Yeah, what a absolute.
He could have done worse things, you know what I mean? I just don't think it's that bad.
Anyway, he just gave us a bit of an insight as to why he got axed as the vice captain. Anyway, it's nothing too bad, ladies and gents. As long as the AFL don't intervene here and give him like a ban, hopefully, now that the story's come out, you just want it to stay as it is. He's lost his captaincy. Just let the club deal with it. No one was hurt in the process, so let's just let it go. Then game of the round Source, as you mentioned at the top of the show, the Lions versus the Dogs. Cracker, 106 to 111. The Dogs get the win. Another team that we said would be pretty good was going to be the Dogs. Where have we got them here? Both of us put them at over 13.5 wins. So that's close to top 4, if not top 4.
Close to. We got to see that they beat the teams that they should beat, because they do it every season when they can take it up to some of the best teams, and they lose to, teams where you'd think they would get the win pretty comfortably. So look, we just hold out. We wait. but good performance by the doggies. Game of the round by far. Went right down to the wire. The ball movement in that game was just absolutely elite. The type of games that you like watching. What final score 110 to 106 or whatever. It's something around that, Doma. But it was just, cracking game of football, hard contested, couple of biffs out of it, and suspensions. Harris Andrews cops 3 weeks for a high hit. I think there was another one, a suspension out of the game as well for Brisbane. So, yeah, look, it was a great game. So they're the games that we hope we see on a week-to-week basis.
And then there was another guy there that had a lot of, attention on him, I think. Lockie, two-timing Brownlow medalist, that is. Two-time Brownlow medalist. You like that one, huh? He had 39 or whatever it was, or 38. He dominated.
Yeah.
He played so well.
I don't think it will be a distraction for him. I think it would just could elevate him to another level.
It's commonplace at the Lions, mate. We've seen it with Zorko a couple of seasons. We saw it with the Vegas trip. Right. They won a flag. They went on the Vegas trip, started 0-5, and we said on this podcast, who cares, mate? It's Brisbane, and they ended up winning the flag. So what are you going to do? All right, and last game of the round, we had the Flying Saners that had the biggest off-season out of every club. They wanted the MCG for round one because of all the hype around their new signings. They got the record crowd. They got the knock-knock girl that does the stupid knock-knock St Kilda thing in the pre-game. I know you've seen that. It's also Nick Rewald and the drum. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. But anyway, whatever. It is what it is. They had all the attention. They did all the freaking showboating. And then it got to the game, and they did everything but come away with the win.
Fly McFly out-coached Ross the boss. Out-coached him. Sent someone to Naz. 19 touches, one disposal. Couldn't even get into the game. They let Nicky Dacos just run absolutely rampant. I think Nick Dacos had a bit of Ken Hinkley ringing him back in the back of his head, saying that Nas has passed him, and maybe the great ones, as we know, Doma, they use that as motivation. They find motivation in those type of comments, and they come out against those teams and they put on an absolute clinic. And not just Nick Dacos, but also Josh Dacos put on a clinic. Both Dacos brothers, and absolutely destroyed St Kilda. And did you tip? You tipped Saints last week, didn't you? Or did you tip the Pies?
I did.
And you can't tip against the Pies when they're at the G. I don't care. They had a few outs. Doesn't matter. I'm not sold on St Kilda. I'm not sold.
I've gone against me. My mantra. My mantra is always tip the Pies. Remember when
they went
on that big run? I don't know why I did.
You were tipping them every week.
We both ended up on 3, mind you, on the tipping. Funnily enough, because we both tipped Sydney, both tipped Gold Coast, both tipped Hawthorn, so we got nothing there. I went Dogs, you went Lions, I went Saints, you went Pies. So we split the difference,
there we go, we split the difference.
So it's 3-3. I'm actually keeping a tally this time. I got the little number on top. Let's get to this week's game source. Let's get our tips in. What do we got?
Come on.
Thursday night footy, Carlton versus Richmond. I'll be there.
Do we do it? Can Richmond do it back-to-back years? Can they win?
Last time I was at this game was last year, and me and my mate laughed at every goal that Richmond kicked. And then you would have seen it on the double coverage story, mate. The kid that was pretty much giving us the bird because we were just laughing. They were leaving early. We're like, where are you going? The game's still on. It was the best.
Oh, you always got to stir them up when they leave early.
Surely they can't lose.
I'm going to tip Carlton. Yeah, I'm telling you, if they lose this, Dom. Oh boy, we're going to have a field day. We are going to have a field day next week on this show.
Friday night football, Essendon versus Hawthorn at the G.
Hawthorn.
I'm tipping Hawthorn. You going?
Yeah, potentially. I think so.
Nice.
I think so. I haven't confirmed. Haven't confirmed yet, but I think so. Good chance.
Beautiful. Hello Magda, hello Andy in the chat. Dogs versus Giants at Marvel.
Dogs.
I'm going dogs as well. Cats versus Fremantle GMHBA.
Got a good record down there, Freo.
They do.
Very good record. I don't know. I'm gonna. I don't know why I'm going to do this, but I'm going to tip Fremantle. Can they do it again? They know they've won there a few times.
I was going to tip him if you didn't, but we need a game to split the difference here somewhere. Oh, I think I know where we can find it, but I'm going to go Geelong. There we go. Sydney versus Brisbane at the SCG.
Ooh.
Could be
Good
another
match.
game of the round. Round on the
Yeah,
cards.
I think so. But Andrews there. It's a big loss down back. You got Kerno there. You got the three big forwards. There's no rainy weather, they'll be more than useful. I'm going to go the Swans.
So am I.
Brisbane start
I'm back in
0
the Swans
2.
as well. Jeez. Pies versus Crows at the G. They knocked them out, mate, in the prelim. On the elimination final, sorry.
This could be, yeah, they want vengeance, the Crows, but I just can't tip against the Pies. Not when they're at the G.
Yeah, I'm tipping
Coming off
them again.
last week, got a game under their belt, bit of match fitness.
Yeah, I'm tipping them. All right, 110 Sunday, game of the round, in my opinion. North Melbourne versus Port Adelaide.
I'm going to tip North. I don't know why, but I need them to win for the supporter base. They need to beat Port Adelaide. It would be a step in the right direction. But I'm scared that Horny Boy might have 30 and kick 2.
I thought Horny Boy was injured.
No, I think he's going to play.
I'm tipping Port.
He's a pessimist. He can't do it.
I can't do it. I'm tipping Port. They got a good record at Marvel too. Don't forget that. I just don't think we have anyone to run with Zach Butters. I reckon Butters could have 40. 40 plus.
Got to send the tag to him, maybe.
Who's going to tag him? I don't know. Anyway, Magda, I'm going to see how I go here. I'm doing some stuff at my joint, but if I can get everything done Saturday, and all that needs to be done on Sunday is my wife's doing, not mine, and I don't need any involvement, I may or may not attend this game. It's either that or I sit at home and put a hole in my television. Like,
Well, it's not going to be a sellout. You know that, Domo. You'll be able to get a ticket.
No, I'll waltz straight in. I'll probably get in for free.
Double coverage way.
Melbourne versus St Kilda at the G. Surely they can win this game.
Saints. Come on. Surely.
All right, and the last game of the round, and Gold Coast will win this potentially by 100 points. Gold Coast versus West Coast.
Oh, Gold Coast. Yeah.
They could win this by 100 points. Seriously. Unless the only way is if the young kids at West Coast put it to them. And if they do that, they'll lose by 60. Anyway. It's true. They look so good. They look so good. All right, next up, Saucy. EPL. I'll throw it to you.
EPL, over the weekend, we had round 29 of matches transpired. That was from Wednesday all the way to Friday, so we'll just run through the results. It wasn't over the weekend, just late last week. Bournemouth drew with Brentford 0-0. Everton 2-0 over Burnley. Leeds lose 1-0 to Sunderland. Wolves defeat Liverpool 2-1. Aston Villa lose to Chelsea 4-1. Brighton are defeated by Arsenal 1-0. Fulham is defeated by West Ham 1-0. Manchester City drops some points against Nottingham 2-2. Newcastle defeat United 2-1. And Tottenham Hotspur are defeated by Crystal Palace 3-1. Terrible stuff from Tottenham. Relegation looking imminent, Doma. They might want to pull they might need to pull their finger out. We'll go through the games for this upcoming weekend, kicking off from Sunday and running through to Tuesday. You got Burnley Sunday early morning, so it'll be Saturday late night. Burnley against Bournemouth, Sunderland against Brighton, Arsenal against Everton, Chelsea against Newcastle, West Ham against Manchester City. Then you have Monday morning, early morning, you've got Crystal Palace against Leeds, Manchester United against Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest against Fulham, Liverpool against Tottenham Hotspur, and Tuesday morning, Brentford against Wolverhampton. That rounds out round 30. We'll have a look at the table, Doma. I'll bring it up quickly so we can see, and we can just have a little bit of a look. You've got Arsenal on 30 games played, 67 points, plus 5 goal difference on City, sitting in second, who are on 60 points with 29 played. Then you got United, 51 points, Aston Villa, 51 points, Chelsea, 48 points, Liverpool, 48 points in 6. So Chelsea and Liverpool are equal, just goal difference is massive there, so I don't think they can catch up with goal difference Liverpool. So if they're going to want to climb the table, it's going to have to be on a points factor. Then you got Brentford in 7th, Everton in 8th, Bournemouth in 9th, Fulham in 10th, and then if you go to the 16th, you got Tottenham on 29 points, Nottingham on 28 points, and West Ham on 28 points. They are in a full-blown relegation battle, Tottenham Hotspur. Doma. They could finish 18th and be relegated.
And they play Liverpool this week.
So
they're in a bit of trouble.
Not looking good for them. Arsenal, I'll comment on that game against Brighton. We were lucky to get the win, Dom. Lucky. Did we even deserve the win? Brighton peppered us all game. And it was one of those games where our team just did not look at the best. But you know what? You find a way to win those games when you're trying to win the title. And we scraped out a 1-0 win against a Brighton team that on paper you would look at the two teams and think Arsenal should get this done pretty easily. But Brighton, they play really good at home. They pressed us a lot of the game. As I said, we were lucky to get the 1-0 win. But you'll take it. And City dropped points at home to Nottingham, so we wouldn't have expected that. So, look, I hope this is the year, Dom. I hope this is year. 8 more games for Arsenal to play.
It's looking pretty good, mate.
9 games play for City. So, let's see where we end up. But it doesn't stop there with the Prem, Dom. It doesn't stop there. I'm not sure if you watched the Newcastle game. You can comment.
I did.
If you want to.
I don't want to
tell
comment
us.
on it.
You don't want to comment? Carrick, the football wasn't good this week? Or
no, it was the worst we played.
Okay.
Yeah, we just struggled. We did the opposite. We did the same as Arsenal. Like, we didn't take it to them. They had 10 men, so I don't know what the fuck we were doing, to be honest. They got 10 men. Put the ball in the box for Sesko. He's a big fella. Get on his head. Just, no, it was just dumb football, if you ask me. And the keeper, Ramsdale, dominated Sauce. He made some of the most spectacular saves I've seen in a while.
Ex-Arsenal keeper.
Yeah.
He's good. He's a good shot stopper.
I'm telling you, how he saved Xerxes' shot going in the top corner is beyond me. Xerxes was celebrating. As soon as he kicked the ball, he knuckleballed it. It was going top corner. He was celebrating, mate. You could see it. He was like ready to go. And Ramsdale got up there, fingertips, top corner, saved it. It was unbelievable. So,
there you go, mate.
Well done. You kudos to the keeper, mate. He kept them in the game.
He's fighting for his spot at the World Cup, mate.
And the goal we copped, Sauce, you would not believe it how we copped it. You You know who cost us the goal? You're not going to believe it. Tyrell Malakia actually played. He committed in our attacking third, he committed to the player, got beaten, tried to get back to save it, got cut in and got scored on. The guy ran down the wing. Yes, you heard Malakia. Where the hell has this guy been?
He's been injured. He's come back and he's cost us.
Yeah, he was terrible as well for the 5 minutes he played. He cost us a goal and made 3 other mistakes. So, hello, boys. Me and the boys joined from the car park, left the first playoff final. 36ers won. They beat Melbourne Phoenix. There you go, Vinny.
Yes, that's good. It's good.
Awesome.
How much did Cotton score? Did he put up? He usually puts up numbers. Big player. Good chance to win it this year, the 36ers, when you got Bryce Cotton on your team, that's for sure.
All right, so you got Champions League, did you say?
Champions League starts tomorrow. Galatasaray against Liverpool kicks off the round of 16 at 4:45 a.m. But the more friendly fixture times are 7 a.m., which this is going to be a cracker. And the next game, I'm just telling you, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll just have a look at it, and I'll just give my opinion. But you got Atalanta against Bayern Munich, and then you've got Newcastle against Barcelona. That will probably be the game of the round. And then you got Atletico Madrid against Tottenham Hotspur. And I will say this with all serious: gamble responsibly, ladies and gentlemen. Gamble responsibly. But give me $1.70 Atletico Madrid at home every day of the week. Don't fuck around with it. $1.70 Atletico Madrid. Bet it on Bet365 because if they go up by 2 goals, you get the auto payout. Just take it and run. That is free money. If I'm wrong, I will put my heart on my sleeve and say I was wrong last week when I come on the show. But in Tottenham Hotspur's form at the moment, coach has been sacked. There's been no response. It's a shambles. The whole club's a shambles. And they're giving you $1.70 Atletico Madrid at home. I think this should be like $1.40 odds. I think the bookies have got this far overpriced. You might see it come in tomorrow early doors. But I think Atletico Madrid look to go out there and kick a few on them. Obviously, because there's a second leg going back to Tottenham next week or the week after. But gamble responsibly, ladies and gentlemen. I just think that is ridiculously overvalued. Then you have Thursday morning by Leverkusen against Arsenal, 4:45 a.m. So I might have to get up early there, Doma, and watch that. Then you got Bodo Glint, who's been the surprise packet. They're through. It's good to always see one of these teams that just shines through and overachieves in many people's eyes, but maybe not in theirs. They're versing Sporting. That's going to be a tough mashup over 2 legs. Then you got, this is probably one of the games, this and the next, the 2 probably standout fixtures. Paris Saint-Germain against Chelsea, and then Real Madrid against Manchester City. These games are on Thursday morning, 7 a.m. So we look forward to the Champions League. It's getting to the pointy end of the season, the part of the season we like. And the closer we get to the end of the season, Doma, means the closer we get to the World Cup, which is just what we can't wait for. So just reminding everyone, I always got to remind people, don't forget, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
And it's not for the world game. And the other thing too is, surely Madrid can find that the air at the Bernabeu that you always spoke about. It's gone a bit missing. It's evaporated a little bit. They need to get it back.
Mbappe's been injured. They've been missing him. Let's see. I don't know if they're going to be able to catch Barcelona in the title race for the La Liga. So maybe their focuses might go on, Champions League. You never know what could happen. But I'm just hoping Arsenal can win something.
Yeah, hopefully. Vinny said he shut Damon Lowry up. The MVP had 42.
There you go.
Boom. All right, Sauce.
I knew that.
And I hope Connor's going well. Shout out to Connor, the legend, the superstar. So the true Kleeman. Let's get to F1, Sauce, and shall we talk about Friday? It was great to get to the F1s, mate. It was good. But there was... I'll tell you one thing that we're doing here in Melbourne. just the way that it has developed as an event is amazing. The marquees, the food stores, and the pit lane, like the pit stations, which whatever they call it, and they've got names for different areas, and it just looks great. It looks so good how it's all set up at the GP. Uh, Merchandise, and a bit shattered that, remember the old days you used to be able to get like actual F1 models. They got just the generic stuff in all the stores now. There isn't any people selling like memorabilia stuff that we saw. Maybe they were there, but they weren't pretty obvious. But the one thing source that was glaringly obvious when we were watching these cars come around, not the fact that the F2 cars are louder than the F1 cars. That's an issue in itself. But it just felt like we were standing further away from the track.
We were. The barricade,
And
the second
funnily
barricade
enough,
was like a solid 10 meters behind the actual fence track, which there's always been a second barricade there, but it was just so far away.
it's
So far away.
I don't know. I don't know. It's very odd, to be honest. Very, very odd. But anyway, besides that, it was great to see the cars come around. We caught up with Andy's Toy Story. You would have seen it on his channel. He was filming, so we pretty much spent the whole day with Andy and his mates, which was fantastic. And then I had some of my cousins there, had a couple of cousins working, and it was good. Great all round day, Source. Success.
Yep.
And the highlight of the day was spending $19.50 on 2 coffees. That was my highlight of the day. Saucy, ladies and gents. When I tell you, I said, well, I didn't care. Like, obviously, I paid for it, but I go, oh, there you go, $19.50 for 2 coffees. I said to Sauce, as I said, it goes, what? He turned around and looked at the van and went, $19.50 for 2 coffees? He's like, are you kidding me? It was so funny.
The lady 100% heard me, for sure.
Yeah. But we push on to qualifying, and qualifying was great. And Russell on the top there, and we had the Ferraris up there. We get to race day, and we had Piastri in 5th, and we're like, oh, here we go. At least he's in there for a chance. And then the warm-up just to get to the pits, he spun out and crashed. He didn't even race. He was a DNF before it even began. Oscar Piastri. What a shambles.
That's a story in itself. Disaster. Disaster. I've seen it. I'm not going to lie, Dom. I cracked up. I just... Because when we went there on the Friday, like, Piastri gear dominated, the scenes. There was so much of it everywhere. Understandable, being in Australia. And then for him to just crash out on the practice lap, I shouldn't laugh. But
of what?
Who?
No, I know, but what did I say to you at 5 o'clock on Friday? We were walking through, and practice ended, and everyone was cheering because Piastri had the quickest lap in practice 2, and they were all celebrating. And I turned to Saucy and I said, "What are you celebrating for?" I said, this isn't qualifying. I said, it's not the race. I said, I want him to do well, but we're clapping because he finished fastest in P2, practice 2, that nobody actually gives a shit about. I said, let's see if he can do it on race day. And lo and behold, he didn't even race. So I think it just proves the point that I don't care that I actually like that more people watch the sport now. It proves the point that there's like 25% of the people there, so they've got absolutely no idea what is going on. Surely. Am I being too harsh?
It has been made very much a corporate, big corporate event, corporatized sort of event. I remember going back in the day and the sort of spots that you could go watch the race with a GA a ticket was amazing. Now they've sort of grandstand all those tickets. You pay well up over $150 per day for the ticket. If you could buy the 4 day, it was like the cheapest grandstand was like $500 to $600 for like the cheapest one for a 4 day pass or something like that. And the grandstand is just a temporary grandstand with no sunshade, so if it's sunny, you're cooked. You better make sure you're prepared. But yeah, look, it was good to go to the F1s, but I don't know. I don't know how much like it's they've raised it in the level of like what the Oz Open is, in that type of event. And I feel like that's where the direction they've decided to go. But yeah, it's just be prepared, ladies and gentlemen, that it ain't look even on a general admission ticket, it ain't a cheap day to go out if you're going to the F1s. The whole sport is very expensive, and that makes everything else very expensive when you go to these type of events. But yeah, nonetheless, it was good to go. But as for Piastri, Lemon, for crashing out the practice lap.
Yeah, Vinny said he deserves a soft lemon. Just a little lemon for that.
No, I said I didn't even bring it up. I said he's a lemon. I didn't give him the big lemon. I don't want to, put one of our boys down, but he sort of a bit of unforgettable.
And he said, "Did you see the footage from a hotel? People dug a hole under the temporary fence behind the toilet to sneak in." Yes, I did see this, Vinny. It was very funny. Very, very funny. So, and then we get to race day source, and we thought that it was going to be the Mercedes or the Ferraris. I know everyone's going to watch Andy's video and be like, "Who said Verstappen would win?" I actually thought that he could, but when you have to start from 20th and end up finishing sixth and finish sixth,
Pretty good.
because he's the GOAT, and he almost caught Norris. It wasn't too far off Norris in finishing fifth, but George Russell wins. And if you haven't got an Aussie winning or the Ferraris winning, the next best thing is the Italian winning, coming second. And the Italian drives for Mercedes, and Antonelli, who crashed out in P3, ended up getting to qualifying. They fixed his car, ended up coming second. So amazing for him. He finished 3 seconds behind Russell, and then Leclerc and Hamilton were third and fourth. The Ferraris, they had a bit of pace on the start source, but like you said to me, the straight line speed of these Mercedes is
Yep.
yeah.
And there's like a different tactic where you got to charge up your DRS now or something like that, and so you've got guys driving a little bit slower on certain laps on purpose because it charges up the DRS, and then it's like getting a turbo boost. It's so bizarre. I don't know. It's really bizarre. I'm just interested to see where this plays out throughout the season.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we had Leclerc third, Hamilton fourth, Norris in fifth, Verstappen sixth, Behrman in seventh in the Haas, which is a great finish for him. Lindblad, the rookie, in the Racing Bull in eighth. Bortoleto gets in the top 10 for Audi in their first race in F1s, and then Gasly was in the top 10 in the 10th position. Cars that did not finish: Hulkenberg, Audi; Piastri, McLaren; Hadjar, Red Bull; Bottas, Cadillac, and Alonso, Aston Martin. Lance Stroll may as well have DNF'd. He was 15 laps behind in the Aston Martin. So, yeah, they're looking terrible. The Cadillacs, Perez was 16th, and they had a DNF. It's not a great start for Cadillac on the grid. Sainz was terrible. And that's pretty much it, Source. That's the run of it all. Anything else you've seen?
Race this weekend, Doma?
There is Chinese Grand Prix, 6 p.m. Sunday.
Oh, good time.
Shanghai International Circuit.
Great time.
Lock in, ladies and gents. Lock in for another big season. Of course, Drive to Survive is also back. All right, Source. Actually, I will say one more thing on the cars about the battery. When you're watching the F2s and F3s, especially the F2s, Andy said to me, he goes, "What's all the smoke coming out of the back of the F2s?" And I go, "Andy, that's an exhaust. That's fumes." Now, the F1's not going to listen to this, the FIA. Maybe I should have brought up with the FIA people that were standing next to our source when
They
we're
were.
watching.
Yeah.
We're in the sport of motorsport. This is going to sound ridiculous. No one cares about the environment. There's that many races that happen on the planet. Why does it have to be F1 to be cutting edge? All right, you want to have emission-free fuel? That's fine. But this crap where the car is hybrid, it's 50% electric, 50% combustion. Cut the shit. No one wants an electric in an F1 car. They want pure, raw combustion engine, V10s, loud as shit. How good was it when that 2001 Jag F1 did the laps around the course source? How loud was it? It was elite.
Sounded great.
And then we hit, it's motorsport. I know you've got the new regs, but when these regs are dead and gone, let's stop trying this innovative shit of electric. And that's why you've got Formula E. You got Formula E for electric cars. F1 is for petrol heads, mate. You got these cars that are revolutionary, and then straight after P2, you've got V8 supercars, mate, going out there and fucking just killing the environment. So, like, what do we like? What's the mentality? You got planes flying in the sky, killing the environment. Like, what? Like, the mentality of these people is just stupid. Actually, dumb.
You're speaking too much logic, Tom.
It's all optics.
Stop. You're hurting my brain, bro.
Forget your optics. The sport is for the fans. The fans don't want this. Well, maybe the new ones do, but save the planet, says Andy. Yeah, no worries. That's not leftist content. That's just being left. So there he is. Vote the Greens. That's awesome. I'm gonna do it. UFC.
Andy, funny bugger. UFC past events. We had Holloway against Oliveira over the weekend. I will bring up the results. I've got them here ready, and we can run through who did what. If you didn't see it, Charles Oliveira absolutely dominated Max Holloway. Dominated. Demolition, Dom. Demolitions. 5 takedowns, 4 sub attempts, 50 significant strikes to 26, 110 total strikes to 73. It was just an absolute clinic put on by Charles Oliveira. He gets the win in the end. Then you had Caio Borralho defeating Rain Derrida over the 3 rounds with a unanimous decision. And then you had Raul Rosas Jr. getting the win over the ranked opponent, Rob Font. So good to see Rosas Jr. going from strength to strength. And Drew Dober defeats Michael Johnson with a KO. Gregory Rodriguez defeats Bruno Ferreira with a KO. The prelims, you had Cody Garbrandt defeating Zhao Long. Dante Johnson defeating Cody Brundage. Ricky Taruchios defeated by Alberto Montes. And Cody Duran defeated by Nayam Jaralgal Tumendemberal from Mongolia. That is an absolute mouthful. Ladies and gentlemen, you should really, really try pronounce that name. That is an absolute... That's probably one of the most bamboozling ones I've ever seen, Dom. I'm not going to lie to you. We do have another event, I believe, this week, upcoming on March the 15th. It's Emmett versus Valos headline. Josh Emmett against Kevin Valos, featherweight bout, 11th versus 14th. Then you got the women's strawweight, Amanda Lemos against Gillian Robertson, and a whole other bunch on the card. Go check it out, ladies and gentlemen, for yourself. But that kicks off the main card from 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time, and the prelim card from 8 a.m. So check your local guides, or just go to ufc.com/event to find the next card. We'll adjust the times for you.
I like it. Very nice. Also, all right. We're off to Hobby Talk, brought to you by Double Coverage Breaks. And as kind of said he wants to know when we are breaking some Pokemon for him. Whenever you feel like it, great man. Whenever you feel, you let us know and we'll be here to break for you. But it is brought to you by Double Coverage Breaks, seamless break. There it is. The boxing question.
Yeah.
Get your spots right now. There's spots available. We're trying to get rid of them, the spots, because we want to break the product. It looks fantastic. So hopefully you can help us out there. Otherwise, we'll keep pushing it. Also, acrylics. If you want all your acrylics, join Double Coverage Breaks on Facebook, and you can jump in there and have a look before we release it out on the IG, maybe in a couple of weeks' time. So you'll be able to get first picking from
Yep.
well sourced.
Store your Pokemon boxes. One Piece, I believe also DBZ fits in there as well, in the acrylics that I have. Pokemon booster boxes and ETBs I'm currently covering. So get in there, ladies and gentlemen. We are covering, and yeah, first in, best dressed, and hopefully I can order more should they sell out. That's the aim. Getting things collectors needs into their hands for as cheap as we can provide them. The same quality case.
Big year.
Just telling.
Big year, ladies and gentlemen. Big year for Double Coverage.
It's the fight back. It's the fight back.
Saucy said it. It's the fight back. And I tell you what, there's a few big things on the cards. So it's happening. All right, let's get into number one source. You're going to love this one. Panini National Treasures Road to the World Cup. Just anything to do with the World Cup here. Just saying World Cup gets you excited. So collectors can expect to find a combined 8 autos or mem cards in every box as they collect top players from more than 30 national clubs across the globe. So what have we got here? John McGinn from Scotland. So base includes Sapphire, Gold, Emerald, Platinum. He's a Messi. They'll be chasing printing plates. This is a Luka Modric printing plate. Autographs hail from a dozen concepts, of which are long-time staples. So here's Haaland, Peerless Signatures. Here's the future Pedri. Rookie. Pedri rookie?
How's he in this as a rookie? Played in the last World Cup.
He was in the last World Cup. I'm confused.
Rookie on everything, and it could just be a
Well, did he miss because he was injured?
Like
or did he miss because he was injured, Pedri? He played in the Euros. Or did he miss the Euros?
He played in the Euro.
Anyway, here's the booklet. Becca, Gabriel, and Rafinha, sorry. And then we got a patch order of James Rodriguez, colossal patch of Cristiano Ronaldo. So cards per pack, 10 packs per box, 1 boxes per case, 4.
Dom is absolutely gone bananas. You were going bananas there. When does it release?
April 30th, 2026.
Okay. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Probably look out. The pre-orders are probably out there or have not been out. And yes, when I searched it up, Pedri did play in the last World Cup. I was pretty sure of that. So
surely it's for...
It could just be a mock-up. They've done that before. So let's just hope that's the case.
They definitely have. And then next up, source, we've got 25-26 Panini Noir Basketball. Here we go. Midnight Signatures. Have a look at this. Derek Rose. Hobby boxes now include 5 on card. There you go. Yep.
Ridiculous. They surely can't be doing that.
Hobby boxes now include 5 on card autos, 1 mem card, and a combined 2 base cards or base parallels per box. So what do we got here? There's a Magic Johnson patch order of Trey Johnson III, the sneaker spotlight. don't know if I'm a big fan of the sneaker spotlight in this set. Spotlight signatures of Cade Cunningham, that looks good. Starring role, John Morant. Is a quad. This is nice. Quad patch. That's pretty good. Patch order. Oh no, just a patch. Jumbo patch. Cards per pack 8. Packs per box 1. Release date is June 10th, 2026 source for this one. And then lucky last. The reason I'm bringing this one up is because you've got the Real Madrid box. Here is the Forever FC Barcelona soccer checklist.
Oh, there you go.
And I can tell you, Messi is in the product.
Oh, could be worth it.
That's how I know.
Okay.
That's how I know, Source. You got Neymar, Messi, Eto'o, Henry,
Ooh.
Yamal. You might have to have a crack at this one. You might have to open this one, Source. I know Madrid's the one you really want to open, but you were only going to open if it had Cristiano Ronaldo in it. And he's not in it. So,
well, we'll have to see. I'll have to keep an eye out when these release. When
can you get
is there a release date there or
March 5th? It's out. It's probably sold out.
Didn't even see it come on sale.
Rivaldo autos. Who else is in here? Suarez. Messi, Romario. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Henry. Yeah, it's pretty good, Source. Looks like a good set to me. All right. I'm going to throw it to... Oh, he's out. He's gone. Whoop. Is he back? You're back.
Yeah, I actually hit the wrong button and I went back in the browser.
No, multiverses, no Ronaldinho. I'll have a look. Saucy, over to you because you've got some.
Yeah, we got a few more, and this is one that you sent me, Domo.
R9 in the product as well, by the way.
I just want to get a few of these things open so I can.
No, there's no Ronaldinho by the looks of things, multiverse, but there is R9, so we'll take that. That's a win.
Would be good if there was Ronaldinho. Another card release, Domo. You actually sent me this, and I said, "What the hell is this?"
What did I send you?
Just for these people that are interested in this type of thing, hot trading cards. Cover your little one's eyes if they watch this sort of stuff.
Connor, stop watching.
Right. Yeah, as you can see, it is definitely they're X-rated trading cards with autos. Around the lines of Playboy.
There he is. Definitely, yeah,
Magda. Yeah, there you go. Hot. With 2 T's trading cards. Look them up on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen. DYOR, as we say. Do your own research. We bring you the fire. It's up to you, ladies and gentlemen, mate.
This is extreme right content, Andy. What if I walked Andy? Let's go, Magnus.
Magda's gonna have the best hot trading cards PC going around in the 12 months time.
I seen this and I thought to myself, I've gone saucy with his Playboy cards. I go, this is right up his alley. And I sent it to him and he was shocked. He's like, what in the world is this? This can't be real. And then he's looking at it going, they've actually got the stars to sign the cards. They're on card autos, ladies and gentlemen.
Crazy, so, and some big sales as well of some.
Vinny said, "Don't worry about Connor. Worry about Magda." Oh,
we are worried about him. We thought he was breaking the bank with all these sports card purchases. Wait till he goes down this road.
Yeah, well, Tell you what, if you've got stocks in Kleenex,
Just keep it to cards and
I'd
not
be,
used underwear, mate. Just keep it at cards.
I'd be buying Kleenex stocks straight away tonight. They're going up. Magda's gonna buy pallets, mate. How's Vinny's comment? Oh, dearie me.
We love it when the podcast goes absolutely left. I don't even think Dom and you I was going to bring that up, and I've just
I didn't.
You had no idea I was going to bring it up.
Well, it's publicly out there. I
just
even
thought
have to go searching for it.
Would go on for the product releases. We were on that. All right. Another thing. I'm not sure if people are aware, and we said this, Dom, and we've said it on the show. One Piece trading card game. If there's one you want to learn, if you want to pick up a new game, get into it. One Piece is the game to learn. Just listen to this video, Doma, and just you make your mind whether you want to learn how to play One Piece. And like this guy, be a professional player, and as you'll hear straight from his mouth, the sort of prizes you can win.
You made playing One Piece? 150.
I don't really want to say. I brought some cards that.
Wow.
So that one you've seen, Treasure Cup Zoro. These are like the championship ones. So this is like when you win a regional.
You won?
Yeah.
Did you win this too?
Yeah, I won the treasure.
Did you win this one?
Yeah, I won all these. So yeah, these you get for first place in regional.
Yeah.
This one is like a New Year event, but she's worth $1 bajillion. These two are top 8, and then this one I think top 16. Yeah.
Okay, wait. How much have you made as a player?
From prizing, probably like
20K.
It's definitely way higher than that.
60? Because this is 50.
And I have 2.
Okay, so 100, 150, 250, at least $250,000.
I think we'll probably be like around 200 actually. Yeah, 200.
So as you said, just from prizing in tournaments and things, $200,000 since the game's been about and he's been playing, which is 2 years. That's not including all of the, as he showed there, all the prizing cards he got, which I explained to you guys, I think the other week, that, as you move up the ranks and you pay your local game store tournaments, they will get certain packs that will have only certain cards that go to the winner at these local game stores. That Bandai incentivizes them to run tournaments, especially if they want to get more stock. It's sort of like their bargaining chip in a way. So it incentivizes the local game stores, card stores to run tournaments where they might charge $20 entry, so you can also win money as well as winning certain prizes that you can only get by winning those tournaments. And then move on from there, you can also play in your sort of like your region. You win your region, then you play in like the national tournaments, then you can place in the national tournaments and also end up in the world tournaments. So look, the best players are really good, but I think that is definitely one of the goals. I've got the Learn to Play kit. I think it's only about $65.
We will have a piece of content this year where I'm just going to declare myself Source's manager, because there will be a piece of content where I reckon you'll be in a tournament this year at some stage, because you're pretty good. You're pretty good at card games in general. So if you can pick this up, you got a knack for card games. Imagine imagine by the end of the year we got like some PSA 10 prize cards.
Be good. I think it's got to happen. I've got to get on the bike. As I said, I'm not saying that I'm going to turn around and win 200K, but if I can win some of those prize cards, I'll be more than happy.
Don't worry, in a couple of weeks,
time and effort, get good prizes.
School me.
Well, I'll have to open the kit. Mate, you'll be learning from raw dogging it from just like me. I have no clue how to play. That's why I bought the kit, because it's supposed to teach you about building decks and the like. So, yeah, go out there and invest some time into it. I did say I was going to learn Pokemon, but I'm sort of learning Pokemon through the TCG Pocket app on your phone. So I'm like collecting my cards and I've got to build a deck. So I'm still learning Pokemon. I'm just using the digital version. And then One Piece, I'm going to learn it card version. I've got a lot of base cards here to build decks. I've been keeping all my base cards from packs I've ripped. Plus, my brother, he keeps all his base cards for me that he had, so I can make decks and things. So, yeah, I look forward to it. And yeah, as I said, I just wanted to bring that to attention. One Piece is the game to learn if you don't want to have great prizes, and Bandai put on great tournaments and great incentives for local game stores to run tournaments as well. So, all right. Now, Doma, as we've seen over the last few weeks, the hobby has blown up massively again with the Logan Paul sale, and old mate Scaramucci coming along saying he's classifying, he's classifying these as an asset class like a Mona Lisa, whatever, right? With that brings obviously a lot more attention to the hobby, and with that we've seen increasing sort of thefts breaking into local card game stores. There's literally one here where these guys in, where is it, Vancouver, they're here just brazen as, I won't even put the sound on because it's just them sort of smashing it, but you'll see it here. They smash through and they hook in the into the glass. The car drives off because there's ram bars there. Pulls off the glass. They go straight in and they get a bunch of stuff. And yeah, it looks like they go straight for the sealed items because obviously they're easy to sell. Sealed stuff. The other guy goes for some of the graded stuff and singles that are in the cabinet.
Bloody hell.
Go. He went to smash it and there was nothing in there. I think they maybe moved all the graded cards out. But anyway, this was in Vancouver. And then along with that, I've also seen Collectors Coliseum I think it's in Canberra. And then another store, which was, I think it was like a thrift store, but also did Pokemon cards. They're both of these being in Australia. So it doesn't matter where it is. That's in Vancouver, the one we showed. I know two of them in Australia. Thieves, obviously, opportunist. And they're back at it. It was a massive. There's still a massive investigation going on here in Melbourne. If the amount. Remember that time we reported on this show where we'd had 10 LCSs broken into within the space of 3 to 4 months. That investigation, I believe, hasn't even rounded up. They haven't even caught the people, and they're still trying to, put the pieces of the puzzle together. Let alone, I've heard some other horror stories of people, having their storage containers broken into and, having their collections stolen because they've had to put it in storage because they don't have enough space. So, look, just be careful out there, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful. I will always just say that. Just be careful. There are good people out there, and there are also many people that are opportunists. So, yeah, always be careful. As bad as it sounds, as always be careful. When you're leaving a card show and you might have bought your case, just be careful. Make sure no one's following to your car, all that sort of stuff, because you just never know. You just never know. Opportunist comes along, clobs you over the head, steals your case, got all your cards. What can you do? It doesn't matter if they're graded or whatever. That's it. You can consider them gone. So unless you've got insurance on them and for that sort of thing.
For some people, source. So
yeah. So yeah, just be careful. It's we don't want to be sort of what's the saying, but sort of Debbie Downers here on the show. But it's just sort of being real. It's just being real with people. Like that's what can happen.
We've spoken about on this show. The Oracle had a box stolen at a card show.
Yep, correct.
Turned his back for a second.
Booster box gone.
Old dad and son trick. Dad distracts the kid distracts the person, or the dad distracts the person, the kid steals the cards. Oh, mate, we've had all sorts of shit happening here. So you can't be too cautious. You can never be too cautious. So I'm 100% with your source. And it's terrible to see. And we're not saying that it's Logan Paul's fault, but what we're saying is when so many eyes come on an industry and people can see the value in certain things, it's going to attract shady people. They think they can capitalize. They're thinking to themselves, where's the next place we can wash our money or do something or steal stuff and make money on products that can't be tracked. You can't track these products. That's the difference. Some graded cards, yeah, you can base off the serial, but if they crack it and resub them, you'll never know. You will never know. That's the crazy thing. So be vigilant. Look after your stuff at home. Look after your stuff at shows. Look after your mates. And look out for each other wherever you can. Because, yeah, just there are people at every show. I'm not going to say there isn't. There's never a show where there's 0% of people.
And make sure you got the Matt's card case that's got the Apple tag in there that you can get.
That's it.
Make sure you change the code from 000 and lock it properly, when you're walking around a show, just in case someone does.
And chain the case to your belt.
Well, I've seen what Big Boy does, which he brings handcuffs and handcuffs himself to his case.
It's not a bad way to do it.
Take the case, you try to take him too. With
You don't want to be, and I'm telling you one thing, you don't want to be taking Sammy anywhere with you if he's trying to take his cards. So anyway, on that note, you got anything else for us, or?
No, that was it.
I'm pretty quiet on my end.
Short hobby talk. I have seen some sort of dramas that's been going on with people that make content about Logan Paul. I don't think we'll have much of an issue. Don't worry, we're a small fish.
We've made our comments on that anyway.
Yeah, and people sort of getting cease and desist orders, which is pretty funny from Logan himself about people talking about him.
That's funny. I will, before I forget, Dan the Car Man and Jim Jeffries interview just dropped today. Okay. So go check out that podcast that YouTube video. So that's on Dan the Car Man's channel. So, all right. On that note, Saucy, keep living, loving, and breathing sport and cards. I'm Don with the Great Man Sauce. Thank you to everyone in the chat for making another cracker episode. And get your, what are they called? Hot what?
Hot trading cards.
Get your hot trading cards. And if you need a supplier, Magda's your man. So
maybe we can break some at double coverage.
No, jeez. Magda would definitely be buying. He would just be buying ripping chips like crazy. You know what? You probably should get a box.
I said this about the Playboy. I can still get the old school Playboys.
No, I reckon you've got to get that.
Did I open that Playboy pack on the show and I hit the auto? Was that
auto?
On the show?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. I reckon you got to try and get one of these boxes for sure.
I don't think it's a box. I think it's just directly with the star of the show, I guess, as you can say.
Magda, just be careful, mate. Don't be sending BTC to anyone. All right? Just relax. Close your eyes. All right, on that note, peace out, and we'll catch up. Magda's going to lose it again.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports, double coverage.